Welcome to Packwell and Learn TV. This is Sergeant Andy Satobra, a police officer from Ghana, and this is one of our videos that we use to educate ourselves on how to pass the UN SAT to become an OMPO. We have done numerous videos on UN SAT preparation, on how to take your points from the comprehension, how to do your report writing, how the UN exams is conducted and all of that. So if this is the first time you are chancing on this channel, you can go and watch our previous video so that you'll be abreast with the process. And if this is the first time you are coming on this channel, to like the video, you subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that anytime we post a video, you'll be notified and we will educate ourselves. Today I would like to use this video to discuss the story that was used in the UN SAT in 2020 and 2022, which is the Police Commissioner's Instruction. Though I don't have the script with me, but I'll do my best to remember how the story went, and we are going to learn something from it so that anytime you see it anywhere, you will get the storyline of it and answer it as quickly as possible. So the story was about a police commissioner who was in charge United Nations integrated missions in Timor-Leste. So this commissioner, his name was, I think, Mr. Miguel something. I don't remember the full name, but I really remember that Miguel. So Mr. Miguel called the police component advisor and they had a meeting on how they are going to improve the security situation in Delhi. Delhi was the national capital of Timor-Leste. The police component reform advisor name was, I think, Miss Azim or Mrs. Azim or something. So the commissioner instructed the police reform advisor to come up with a training program for the Delhi National Police officers who are working in the cities. Miss Azim asked some few questions and got what the commissioner wanted her to do. Upon the conversation with the police commissioner, Miss Azim saw that the commissioner wants her to train the police officers in community-oriented policing for patrol officers. Secondly, the training should focus on respect for human rights. So firstly, the training is supposed to focus on community-oriented policing and respect for human rights. Thirdly, the first batch of the trainees to be trained should be 100 police officers. They will first train 100 police officers latest by August. So by August 2016, 100 police officers should be trained. That should be the first batch of the trainees. And the budget for the training was around $5,000 US. The budget was around $5,000 US, and she should also make effort to get extra fund from elsewhere to support the training. So she should not rely on only the $5,000 US, but also try as much as possible to get extra support or additional fund for the training. And the training course should harmonize with the already ongoing trainings by the Delhi National Police and other components in the mission. So the training should not have a conflict or should not clash with other training that is being run already. So she should make sure that the training harmonized with other training which is already ongoing by some agencies like the United Nations Funds and Program and other donor countries. So from the story, it came out that the United Nations Funds and Program may be organizing some training and other donor countries may be also organizing some training. So this training should harmonize with the other training as to not to create a conflict. During the same month, I think March or something. So the initial preparation for the training started, and the Miss Azim, the one in charge of the reform advisor, had a meeting with some 3 colleagues or officers at the National Training School for them to develop a project plan, or like to draw a plan to initiate this kind of training which is coming on. So he met them and they sat down to discuss how they are going to do the training. So during the meeting, one of the officers who is an OMPO planning officer, Mrs. Mercy or something, yes, that name, because my senior sister is called Mercy. So the planning officer, Mrs. Mercy, suggested that they should initially select some qualified police personnel and train them to assist in delivering the training, like a training of trainers. They should first select those officers and train them to be trainers to help them deliver that kind of refresher course that they want to do. So in the meeting too was I think a curriculum officer, I think curriculum development officer, who also pointed out that there is some ongoing training. I think three or two ongoing training currently going on for the national police, daily national police officers, which was being delivered by the United Nations Development Program, which was being developed by the United Nations Development Program, yes, UNDP, and the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime for the local police or for the national police officers. He further stated that the methodology and standard that they are using to do those training was different from the OMPO training program. He further stated that the ongoing training was different from what the OMPOs are running, but putting aside all these differences, the training is improving the abilities and overall knowledge of the local police officers. So in the meeting too, there was a logistic officer who also raised concern on the venue and equipment that they are going to use, and I think they settled that they are going to use the National Police Training School for that kind of training. So they planned the training and fixed a date, and Miss Azim went back to the commissioner to give him an update of what they wanted to do. So going on to the training, they did the first training for the training of trainers. They selected the OMPO officers and they trained them on how to organize training. They look at they solicited for officers who had training backgrounds to submit their name for the trainer of trainings, and they got the number of people that they want, and they did the training for the trainers of training. And after the trainers of training was completed, they planned a date to organize the actual training for the first batch, I think the first 50 or 100 batch of national police personnel. But the training could not come on. They also got a fund from the German government. The German government also pledged his support to fund and support the training. So I think that is where the comprehension ended. And with the audio, the story continued that as they planned to do the actual training, on the day that they fixed for the training, there was a demonstration in the Dili capital. So because of the demonstration, they could not withdraw the number of police personnel they needed to do that training, and they had to postpone the training. So after the demonstration, Miss Azim went to his supervisor to give him a report on what happened and why they could not deliver the training. And I think after the demonstration, they set up a new date and they delivered the training. They called the police personnel on board and delivered the training, and the training was successful. So this is how the story went from the comprehension to the audio tape. Though I didn't get a chance to get a script, but as far as I remember, this is how the story went about the police commissioner's instruction. Thank you for watching. Until I come your way the next time, protect yourself and protect others. Work with integrity. Like and comment and share. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so that we will give you more educational videos on how to prepare and write your stats. Thank you very much for watching.